Hello, English 100. This is your second video for week 2. This video is about academic writing, college writing skills. And what you see on the screen is a sample paragraph that I wrote about the prologue. And on the next page, I have a second sample paragraph that's about a different book. I will put this Word document in Canvas so you can look at these paragraphs again. The reason I'm giving these to you is that you have a writing practice activity this week in the module for week 2. So I want to give you an idea of what an academic paragraph, a paragraph for a college paper, might look like. I want to say before we start that some of you guys might know all this already. So if you wrote essays in high school or last semester where you use MLA format and you do citations and you use quotes, then what I'm going to tell you right now you might already know. However, everybody takes English 100. Some people haven't been in school for a long time, and so you might not remember. Okay? So we're going over some basics, and then you'll do the writing practice after this. Okay, sample paragraph 1. This is about the prologue. I'm going to read it out loud to you and point out some things. Westover introduces the theme of education right away in the prologue of Educated. Notice that I start the paragraph by saying something, and then I'm going to back it up. That's how paragraphs work. She remembers being 7 years old and that the school bus rolls past without stopping. Westover, XIII. This is my citation right here. The author's last name, and this is the page number. Let's keep going. Why is this? The children in her family don't go to school. Westover also notes that, quote, Dad worries that the government will force us to go, unquote. And then again, I have the author's last name and the page number in parentheses. You're going to do this all semester. You're going to give citations at the end of a sentence, in parentheses, author's last name, page number. Okay? And you're going to do that in your writing practice. Let's keep going. Even more strangely, Westover tells us that she has no birth certificate and that they are preparing for the Days of Abomination. And again, here's my citation. This is on the second page of the book, so it's not clear what all this means. However, the prologue suggests that Tara not going to school is important, especially given the title of the book. Also, Westover suggests here that Dad has something to do with it, that his opinions matter. Mom isn't mentioned. So as a reader, I'm wondering why Dad doesn't want them to go to school and why he's worried about the government with a capital G. It seems that these will be important topics going forward. Okay, so this is what you would call a body paragraph. It's not an introduction like the beginning of an essay, and it's not a conclusion, it's not the ending. It's somewhere in the middle. Okay, so imagine that I wrote an essay. This could be one of my paragraphs. So a couple of things I want you to notice. One is that I begin the paragraph by saying something. That's me, in my opinion. I have something to say, so I start with that. And then, in this part here, I have some detail from the book. I have some information. I have some quotes. And I have citations. So I have the details here, and usually your details will be somewhere in the middle of your body paragraph. Not at the beginning and not at the end. Somewhere in the middle. Also, notice that I use quotation marks. So the rule is, if you use the exact words from the book, if you're copying from the book, you have to use quotation marks. And if you don't, that's plagiarism, and that's a big problem. So whenever I put things in my own words, I don't use quotation marks. But if I copy the exact words from the book, I must use quotation marks. And if I don't, that's plagiarism, which we'll talk about again later, and it's a big problem. So I have details. I say something. I have details. I use quotation marks whenever I use the exact words from the book, and I have citations in parentheses, which is telling your reader where it came from. And then, in this last part of the paragraph, notice that I'm done giving details. Here, this is me and my thinking. So when you write essays, an essay is all you. You're thinking what you want to say. So you get to say what you want in your essays. So in the paragraph, I say something. That's what I want to say. I have detail in the middle with citations, and then I explain. And the explaining is me and my thoughts. Okay? So that's how a lot of body paragraphs work in college papers. Okay, so very briefly, I will put this document in Canvas so you can look at it. I have a second sample paragraph, just so you can keep on getting a feel for it. This is about the book Evicted, and it's about a person in that book called Lenny. But I'll let you read that on your own. But I'm doing the same thing. I say something, I have details, I have a citation in parentheses, I have quotations when I use the exact words, and then I explain at the end. Okay? So, this is the kind of thing you want to go for when you do your writing practice. Say something, give details, use citations, and explain. Exactly how many quotes you use in the paragraph doesn't really matter. You could just have one quote if it's a really good one, or maybe a couple quotes like I have here. That's up to you. Thank you.